Ayan. So, kailangan ko lang din record to. Give me a second. Okay, so the buoyancy and Archimedes principle is a principle discovered by the Greek scientist Archimedes that states that any body immersed in a fluid is acted upon by an upward force or buoyant force, which is equal to the weight of the displaced fluid. So meaning kung ano yung ano, if it's kunwari ito sa liquid na ito, kung ano yung 'di ba submerged siya sa isang specific na fluid. If it's submerged to a specific fluid, syempre may fluid na ma-displaced. Displaced meaning it's replacing a certain amount of fluid. Imagine nyo, isang marble, dinrop nyo sa isang baso ng tubig. Syempre, tataas yung tubig by an amount of volume that the marble is actually occupying. So in this case, the buoyant force is equal to the weight of that displaced fluid. So this is also known as the law of hydrostatics, applied to both floating and submerged bodies and to all fluids. So, unahin muna natin yung figures na ito. Kita nyo naman, pinapakita dito yung steps on how the displaced fluid is calculated. So, ito, if alala nyo, this is case 1 para sa ating mga curved surfaces. Ito, case 2 ito. Mapapansin nyo na yung case 2, it's actually equal to this area. Kung anong fluid ang nandito sa area na ito. 'Di ba? Kung ano yung nandito sa fluid na ito, which is this one. And for us to get just this area na ito, we would need this this shape then, this volume. When we subtract this from this, we get the displaced volume. Kita naman, volume 2 minus volume 1 is equal to the displaced volume. And kung ano yung force, and actually, kung ano yung force dito, kung ano yung force sa 2, and kung ano yung force sa 1, which is actually the force being exerted by the amount of fluid here, and the force being exerted by the amount of fluid here, makikita natin na yung difference nila is actually the buoyant force. Kasi, again, the principle is that any body immersed in a fluid is acted upon by an upward force called the buoyant force, which is equal to the weight of the displaced fluid. Again, this being the displaced fluid, this shape here. Now, we can actually express BF as the specific weight of the body multiplied by the volume of the displaced fluid. This being the specific weight of the fluid, the surrounding fluid, multiplied by the displaced volume. And actually, we can also calculate the displaced volume in a case where the body and the fluid are homogeneous. Homogeneous being that the composition of the body and the fluid itself are uniform. So dito, it is the ratio of the specific gravity of the body divided by the ratio of the specific gravity of the body to the specific gravity of the liquid multiplied by the total volume. The total volume being volume number 2. This is actually the total volume. Itong entire thing na ito. This entire shape. Actually, hindi. Tawag dito. Hindi pala. The total volume of the... Well, sa case na ito. Ito nga yun. the total volume. Pero mas makikita natin yung ano, yung ating dito. Yung ating use of the formula later on. But basically, dahil siya may ratio, kasi normally, ito yung, dito yung specific gravity ng body, di ba? And this is the specific gravity of the liquid itself. Kasi dito, this is a fluid na, di ba? Yung surrounding fluid to. Itong composition nito is the same as here. So when you get the ratio of them, and then you multiply it by the total body, you are able to get the displaced volume. Is that understood, everyone? Isa lang ba? Concept pa lang to? Okay. So, continuing on, the same concept is applied for if a body of height h, this being h, has a constant horizontal cross-sectional area, such as vertical cylinders and blocks. What does that actually mean? Horizontal cross-sectional area. Kailangan daw ay constant. So, ibig sabihin, this cross-section at the top is the same as the cross-section all throughout the height. So, all throughout the height, dapat pare-parehas yung area niya, cross-sectional area. Such as sa mga vertical cylinders. Kunwari ito. Ito bang area nito ay the same here? Is it the same here? Is it the same all throughout different points of height h? If ganito yung case niya, we can actually find the draft or the level of which the body is submerged. The submerged height, if you will. So that is equal to the ratio again of the body, of the specific gravity of the body by the specific gravity of the liquid, or the specific weight of the body over the specific weight of the liquid. It's the same multiplied by the height of the body itself. So yon, ratio ulit siya. And if the body is of uniform vertical cross-section A, the submerged area is, so dito naman, again, take note, uniform vertical cross-sectional area. So yung cross-sectional area na ito, or ito, and ito, vertically, yung mga vertical cross-section nila, if it's equal lahat itong mga areas na ito, then we can say that the body has a uniform vertical cross-sectional area. In this case, we can actually find the area, the submerged area, so ng cross-sectional area. So itong circle na ito, kung wari ito yung submerged. Ito yung area ng submerged. Ito yung area ng exposed. And the total area is A. Yan. We can find the area of this submerged area by having the ratio of the body over the liquid multiplied by the total cross-sectional area. So yan. It will prove useful yung pagkuha ng mga areas na ito o yung pagkuha ng mga height na iyon sa problem solving later on. Is that understood, everyone? Okay. Kasi again, this topic or this problem solving topic is very much reliant on geometry, reliant on special understanding on or critical understanding on spatial analysis. So let's move on to our problem solving naman. An iceberg having a specific gravity of 0.92 is floating on salt water of specific gravity 1.03. If the volume of ice above water surface is 1,000 cubic meter, what's the total volume of the ice? Okay, so let's analyze the problem. Meron daw tayong iceberg. That iceberg has a specific gravity of 0.92. So 0.92 ang specific gravity nito, as stated pala dito. And then, it is submerged down on salt water with a specific gravity of 1.03. If the volume of ice above the water surface is 1,000 cubic meters, so anong volume yon? It's the volume of anything of the entire of the entire chunk above the water. So itong part na ito. Kung ano mang wala siyang protrusion na uniform eh. Hindi naman siya isang cylindrical na type na parang may area and then protruding. This is just an arbitrary shape as icebergs are. So may entire volume daw dito. And given yung volume natin dito, which is 1,000 cubic meters daw. Now we're trying to find the entire volume of the ice naman. Okay. So the specific gravity of ice, 0.92, specific gravity of salt water, 1.03, and the exposed volume, which is 1,000 cubic meters. So we're trying to find the total volume naman. So the general formula we have is, ano nga ba ang total volume of ice? Formula natin for that. That is VD plus VE, which is the volume of the displaced and the volume of the exposed, diba? Given na yung exposed natin. And the weight or the force itself, the vertical force, or the force of being exerted by these bodies, the force is equal to the specific weight times the volume. Bakit specific weight and volume? Because ano ulit ang unit natin ng specific weight? It is the Newton or a force value over a volume value multiplied by what is V? V is a volume value. So kapag kinancel to, we're going to get a force value, which is the weight. Okay? So, with those established formulas, we get here, let V be the total volume of ice, as stated here, V be the volume displaced, and yon. So, we express the displaced volume by by the value of the volume here. In terms of the total volume. Kasi, we're expressing it in terms of the total volume because by the end, we're going to be solving for V through two equations where it is expressing the total volume, where specific values are expressed in terms of the total value. So parang systems ulit siya. Systems of systems of one variable. Ano ba? Hindi ko alala ko ng tawag doon. But basically, we're going to be solving for V. First, alam natin that we have the volume of the entire chunk of the exposed here. So we can actually find the weight of it. Well, hindi pa. Hindi. Kailangan pala natin munang establish that the weight of the ice is equal to the buoyant force. Why is that so? Imagine nyo muna, let's go back to simple classical Newtonian physics. Imagine nyo, I am pushing with a force of 120 meters, 120 newtons. How much force would it take for me to reach equilibrium or a displacement of 0? Meaning parang, 'di ba, when I'm pushing at a certain force. Gaano karaming force ang kailangan? Siyempre kapag nagpo-push ako, I'm moving, 'di ba? I'm moving. Kapag walang tumitigil sa akin, tuloy-tuloy akong nagmo-move. Tuloy-tuloy akong bumababa. How much force would it take for me to be stopped para hindi siya tumigil but I'm still exerting 120 newtons of force? Siyempre, you're going to need 120 newtons of force as well. So the same principle is applied here. The weight of the ice syempre, the weight of the ice, there is a there is a gravitational force pulling down the ice. How much force does it take to get up? That is the buoyant force. The buoyant force is making the entire body float. So hindi na siya nababa. It's staying here in an equilibrium. Okay? Kaya we need to establish that the weight of the ice is equal to the buoyant force. Because of this, we need to find the equation for this and the equation for this in terms of V para ma-solve natin yung total volume, which is kung ano yung hinahanap natin sa problem. Now, ano nga ba yung formula para sa weight ng ice? We have a couple of formulas. We have mass times gravity. But however, kailangan nga natin is, again, express it in V. What formula of weight includes V? So it's actually the specific weight multiplied by V. Kasi again, the specific weight multiplied by the volume leaves us with a force value. So, ayun. Dahil dyan, we have this. The specific weight of ice multiplied by the total volume. Paano natin mahanap yung specific weight of ice? Again, going back all the way to our property of fluids lesson, the specific weight of ice can be attained by multiplying the specific weight of water by its specific gravity. Kasi again, the specific gravity is the ratio of the specific weight of the fluid or the body over the specific weight of water. The same is applied for the density of the fluid over the density of water. Siyempre, kung gusto natin kunin ito, we're going to multiply the specific weight of water by the specific gravity. So yeah, just a recap of what we have learned before. Because of that, we have 9.81, which is the specific weight of water, multiplied by 0.92, which is the specific gravity of the iceberg. So, multiply that together, we get that the specific weight of, or the weight of ice is equal to 9.0252 multiplied by the volume. So that's one equation that we're going to be using later. Now, we're trying to find the buoyant force naman, or the force that makes the iceberg stay afloat. So, we multiply again, what is the buoyant force? The buoyant force is equal to the specific weight of the fluid, the surrounding fluid, or where your body is submerged, multiplied by the displaced volume. So, again, how did we express the displaced volume? The displaced volume is expressed through here, diba? Kasi the total volume minus 1,000, which is the exposed volume, we get the displaced volume. So, we have the specific weight of seawater, again, by multiplying the specific weight of water, which is 9.81. 9.81 multiplied by the specific gravity of salt water, which is dapat ito ay 1.03. Typo siya sa book. 1.03 ito dapat. 1.03. And then you multiply that by the displaced volume. What is the displaced volume in terms of the total volume again? It is volume minus 1,000. Because of that, we're able to get the general formula of the buoyant force in terms of V. Now, since we have our first equation and our second equation and them being equal, we can now equate them. And when we equate them, we have a single variable that is missing, which is equal to V. Now you multiply this to this, then this to this, subtract this to this, transpose this, you eventually get this formula. Dapat ito ay may V actually. You divide both sides by 1.0791, And then you get the total volume, which is 9,364 cubic meters. So that is how you attain the total volume of the iceberg in terms of this problem. Is that understood, everyone? May questions ba tayo? Okay, no questions so far. Let's move on to another buoyant force problem. Or actually, may alternate solution tayo dito. 'Di ba na-mention natin before that the displaced volume can actually be calculated by having the ratio of the body and the liquid multiplied by the total volume. Using that idea, the ratio, again, of the specific weight of the body over the specific weight of the liquid or the specific gravity na diretso, okay lang din yun, we multiply it by the total volume of the body. Now, since ito nga yung hinahanap natin, this retains, how do we express the total displaced volume? Di ba, the displaced volume is equal to the total volume minus 1,000, which is this. Now, because of that, we have an equilibrium again in terms of volume or the total volume. You solve for this, shift solve or transposing, you get the same value of 9,364 cubic meters. Is that understood, utilizing that concept? Okay, thank you so much. Now let's move on to another buoyant force problem ulit. So ito naman, another problem number 6 dapat ito. A block of wood, 0.60 meters by 0.60 meters by h height, ito may specific h na height daw siya, in dimension, was thrown into water and floats with a 0.18 projecting above the water surface. So kapag tinapon daw yung block of wood na ito into water, you have a height of 0.18 doon sa floating. Yung sa exposed na height. So may specific to. The same block naman ulit, this specific block is thrown into another container of liquid with a specific gravity of 0.9 and it floats with 0.14. May projecting height siya of 0.14 on the exposed surface. Determine the following. What is the value of h? Ano yung total height ng block? What's the specific gravity of the block? And what is the weight of the block? Now, in water daw, we're going to be utilizing the principle we're going to be utilizing here is this formula. Why? Bakit? Kasi, again, this is a uniform horizontal cross section. 'Di ba yung cross section na ito, this area is the same as this area Kasi vertically siya, 'di ba? It has a uniform cross section. So dahil dyan, we can use the formula that I pointed out kanina. The draft or the height of the exposed fluid is equal to the ratio of the specific gravity of the body, that body being composed of wood, over the specific gravity of water. So, dahil dyan, multiplied pala by the total height. Dahil dyan, we can retain this kasi hinahanap natin yung height, di ba? Value of h. How do we express another formula for draft? Simple. Kasi draft is just the submerged height of the body, di ba? And that we have the total height then. And we have the exposed. So, the draft is actually equal to the total height minus kung ano yung exposed. Kasi kapag minus mo lang yung kung ano yung exposed, makukuha lang natin yung height of what is submerged. So that is actually h minus 0.18. So we can equate that by this formula. And considering that the specific gravity of water is equal to 1 lang, we can basically omit this or simplify this to the specific gravity of wood multiplied by the total height is equal to h minus 0.18. So that is our first equation. Now, for another equation naman, we have another liquid. We have the same body exposed or submerged into another liquid. So again, the same principle applied, though iba naman yung kanyang specific gravity. The specific gravity or the draft is equal to the ratio of the wood, of the specific gravity of the wood or specific weight of the wood over the liquid, which is, in this case, it is a liquid with 0.9 specific gravity multiplied by the total height. Again, we're going to substitute specific gravity of the wood over 0.9 multiplied by h, and then yung yung draft natin or the submerged height, we can get it by the total height minus 0.14. With that, we are able to attain the formula of the specific gravity of wood multiplied by the height is equal to 0.9 multiplied by the height minus 0.126. Now, we have two equations na, equation 1 and equation 2. Mapapansin nyo that both of them are equal to specific gravity of wood multiplied by the height. Dahil dyan, we can equate both of them, di ba? So ito, equate mo both of them. When we equate both of them, we're able to solve for h through, syempre, grouping together the variables, grouping together the constants. We get that the height is actually 0.54 meters. So meaning, ito daw ay 0.54 meters yung value ng h. Nakakahabol ba so far? Okay, thank you. Now we were able to get the value of A. We're going to be finding the specific gravity naman. How do we do that? Well, we established previous equations, diba? And that equation has specific gravity. We're just going to use this, substitute H. So substitute H here. Specific gravity of wood multiplied by 0.54, which is the total height of the block, is equal to 0.54 minus 0.18, which again, this is basically just the equation kanina na parang kinuha lang natin yung submerged. Pero yung height dito yung nahanap natin, the submerged height. Ayan. So the specific gravity is actually equal to 0.667, the specific gravity of wood. And then, for the weight of the block naman, since we have the specific gravity of the wood na, we can use our trusty equation for weight, which is the specific weight multiplied by the volume of the block. Ayan. So how do we get the specific weight? The specific weight is equal to the specific weight of water multiplied by the specific gravity of the wood. Hindi ko na siya ulit i-explain kung bakit siya naging ganon kasi nakakatatlong explain na ako. But we get the specific weight of that wood and then we'll multiply it by the volume. Paano natin mahanap yung volume? Again, yung sinasabi ko before na parang volume formula, which is just the area weight times length times height para makuha yung volume. For a prism ito. 'Di ba last time sinabi ko, merong area and then parang pinrotrude lang natin siya. Multiply lang siya by h. The same is applied here. Considering that we have uniform cross sections, 'di ba? Ayun. So, because of that, we have 0.6 times 0.6, which is stated dito before, multiplied by 0.54, which is the total height, 'di ba? So, pinag-multiply natin ito by this to this, diba? Ayan. And solving for that equation, we get the weight of the block is equal to 1.272 kilonewtons. Okay? Is that understood, everyone? Okay. So, no questions. That is actually it for our buoyant force discussion. We're now actually going to be moving on to our next topic, which is introduction to fluid flow. Saan yan? Introduction to fluid flow. Sandali. And the energy and mechanical efficiency. Actually, before we dive into this, let's take a health break para ma-digest nyo yung inyong naaral and for you to, para hindi makram yung inyong iniisip. Let's rest for a little bit and continue at 5:15. Okay? I'll see you later in 25 minutes. Okay?